Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. Today we're going to be reacting to the Vision of Marathon Bungie ViDoc. And I've waited a couple of days to get to this because I've been super sleep deprived from the recent dungeon that just came out. So I'm very excited. Let's just say that. I've got a lot of anticipation for what this is gonna contain. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay. The game looks a lot sharper than I remember.
Challenge. The whole point of an extraction shooter is that you're challenged to even survive in this world.
We heard loud and clear from the alpha. The world didn't feel dangerous. The world didn't feel lived in.
Yep, I think that's fair.
Tau Ceti 4 to us is this place that really doesn't want you there. And that sort of survival narrative really fits really well with the kind of world that we're creating.
I like the aesthetic in that room.
The world needs to feel like there is something sinister underneath the surface, even when the colors are really bright.
Agreed.
You should not be here.
We want to marry the classic Bungie game feel, where you are blasting stuff in the face and it feels amazing, with the sort of high tension of the survival genre.
If you want good loot, you have to go to places where you're taking risks, either risks from other players or risks from AI.
So we have all these tools now, Rook with Prox chat and the way the game works and sort of how
They have Prox chat in the game. They have Prox chat in the game. Thank God. Thank God. Because Marathon's got a series of detracting hurdles that have just been so easy to level at it and nuke the conversation. The art theft was one of them, and Anti-Real literally tweeted like 2 weeks ago saying it's been resolved to my satisfaction. I suspect Anti-Real got paid a boatload of money. Thank you, Rainy, for the sub. So that's been resolved, and now they've got Prox chat as well. And I think the Rook that they're talking about here, is that a Scavs thing, a Solos thing? What is that? What is the Rook? Maybe they're going to explain it.
tense it is. I think all those things work together really well.
Rook is a Scav runner? Okay.
We have another Rook. Come on, stop that. No. Sorry.
Red. Somewhere in the heavens. Ooh.
The Marathon ship is essentially a ship that we sent out from Earth, an Earth that was overpopulated, to explore and colonize a star far away that we call Tau Ceti. In a lot of ways, it's like the tale of humanity trying to go out into the dark void of space, find a place to colonize, and failing terribly at it.
Everyone's gone, something catastrophic happened, and it's not just their absence that's important, it's the things that they left behind.
The modern race to Tau Ceti all started when a mysterious signal came through the galaxy.
The turmoil that sort of ensues gives rise to all these corporations that were invested in this Marathon project, now going, what happened? How do we recoup our investment?
And then layered on top of that is the greed and corruption of all of the different factions and corporations and revolutionary groups.
Ooh.
In our version of the world, we send people out not just to discover what happened, but also to collect from the things that remain there, and those people are runners.
As a runner, you're a biocybernetic mercenary who's traded their human body for a biosynthetic one.
You're not an unkillable god slayer. You are a mercenary, a disposable mercenary. You will live, you will die.
They are not people. You are the person. You go into that shell and adopt the personality matrix that is specifically designed to help you do the thing that you need to do. And you've been hired by these factions to come to Tau Ceti to scavenge it for anything that might be of value.
As a runner, you've left your body behind. You've traveled light years so that you can have access to the ultimate payday.
With extraction shooters, it is all about survival. There are other people who want the same things that you want, and it's up to you to best them.
But there's quiet periods where you're listening for the anticipation of something. Could there be another crew in the distance? Did I just hear a gunshot? Did I hear AI just alert?
I will say, there's so much good in what they've done with the look of the atmosphere of the game. I'm a little worried that there might be people that just look at this and off the rip, they say, well, it's colorful, so like it's not serious or what have you. Because it is still so vibrant. And they tried to address that, like they tried to comment on that a few minutes ago where they said, like, yeah, it's very colorful, but the world is still trying to kill you. The world is still not your friend, right? And I just hope that people give it more than a 1 second glance to actually sort of drink in some of the other stuff that is present in that world.
And then there's the loud, bombastic action moments.
Because I feel like a first impression could be quite painful for this game when it's already in quite a difficult spot. Let's see.
Where the minute something is alerted, the minute you're in that fight, now it's go time. Players, particularly
that
pose
music.
a lot of danger to you. They can make a lot of decisions that you might find illogical and completely trick you into scenarios.
Ah.
Sometimes the best loot box is another player that you see along the run. So there's a few different ways you can play the game. So one of them is you can play in group, both with your friends and also through crew fill, which will just match you with 2 other players.
Okay, let me just play that back real quick. Slay, thank you for gifting a sub. What we just heard is you can play solos now, which they were so stubborn about for like 7 years. And they've adjusted it, which is huge.
In group, both with your friends and also through crew fill, which will just match you with 2 other players. You can play solo, and you'll jump into a game with a bunch of other solo players.
In solo, I think the stakes
Solo with solos, okay.
are a bit higher, right? You have only yourself to rely on.
You still have Prox chat, so you can call out to other solos, but you know, you are playing a tense alliance game where it's really up to them whether or not they decide to honor or respect that alliance you might have created.
It's all about figuring out what's your investment, what's your stake, when to get in, when to get out, and when to kill the other guy. Being good at Marathon is like playing poker with guns.
One of the things we've really focused on is making sure the
God, it's a pretty game. I love the aesthetic.
environments are selling the tone we want to hit with the
MJ, thank you for the sub.
game.
We've brought a little bit of groundedness, a little bit of grit, a little bit of darkness, a little bit of that mood that kind of is necessary for an extraction shooter to feel dangerous.
Our biggest goal has always been player immersion.
Chase Combs, I don't know if you are responsible. I don't know if you are responsible for the song that was gracing my ears a second ago, but that song is so good. Marathon's got some incredible music. Truly incredible music. It's Ryan Lott that's responsible for that song? Okay. Okay. Well, I'm sure it was all a collaborative effort as well. I love the music of this game.
Has always been player immersion.
We're trying to keep everything as believable and real.
Oh! Good to see you, Emily. She's ex-Treyarch.
Realistic as possible.
So we cranked up all the material responses, feel accurate, feel realistic. You know, you'll get gloss, you'll get crud and mud. And no one of those things is all that sexy, but when you layer in just a little bit more, you know, responsive to light, a little bit more responsive to the player, things will part, water will pool. Layer in all these different things, the world becomes much more alive. It feels like a real place. And then when you're feeling like a real place and you feel in danger, now your run matters.
Dude, the atmospherics here, I feel like they just did not have that at all in the alpha before. All of the fog is, yeah, I don't recall that being in the game. And that helps so much.
I look back at some of the alpha shots, and it's kind of hard to tell when it's sunny or when it's rainy.
Look at this. Yes, okay.
Weather feels like weather now. But like when it's sunny.
Yes, bro. Holy. I want to just like breathe in the air here.
You get this really nice like bleaching effect. It feels bright. It feels like
Oh, that looks so good. Okay. W visual improvements.
warm when it's sunny now. I feel like we're just celebrating that color so much more. I think it just contributes to the whole effect.
So we have dead bodies in the game now. We also have like decay on the runners themselves. Like you'll actually see them fall apart. We're actually...
Wait, you see... Hold on. Say that one more time.
Contributes to the whole effect.
So we have dead bodies in the game now. We also have...
Okay,
like,
bodies is good.
on the runners themselves. Like you'll actually see them fall apart. We're actually dropping the body. The body stays there and the body slowly decays over time as you move it.
So you come into a room and you see a bunch of carnage, but you see one body is still pristine. You know that their killer is probably close.
Dude, that's so good. Oh my goodness. That was one of my biggest gripes with the alpha was I kept having scenarios where I would just see a bag and I'd be like, well, I'm terrified now. This person could have been here 20 minutes ago. I don't know. There was so much uncertainty based on that. The fact that they've made it not just something that telegraphs better to the player what's going on, but they do so in a way that is actually within the narrative of what's happening, within the world. Like it's not just some awkward tacked on game mechanic, but it's actually the sort of thing that you would expect to happen to a body, or a shell in this case, that had just been taken out. Like, that's so good.
And you are not safe. If everybody is just a messy goop, you're probably okay.
Right. W change. That's so nice. I love when games make solutions to problems that aren't just an awkward, well, you can tell from your UI, you can tell from the HUD, and instead it is physically represented through the way the objects in the world behave. Peak cinema 10 out of 10. That is a very good change.
Audio is a huge gameplay component in Marathon. Every sound plays a function. Footsteps tell players everything.
This sound is good.
It's telling you what is the type of threat that's around you. Where are they at? Are they above you? Are they far away? Are they close by? So if I'm in bioresearch and I hear a particular material type, I know, hey, they're on the second floor and they're in this room. Our hero is the world. So we're constantly trying to figure out where can music help reinforce what is the vibe and intent of this place.
There was the discussion about the interaction between score and sound design. And I wanted to create a score that wasn't just like full of instruments you've heard before. The job was, how can I make what I'm seeing, this race to survival, even more nervous?
My goat. Right here, my goat. Like, yes, 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 yes.
And even more terrifying or even more thrilling.
We have 4 zones, and each one of those zones has its own sort of approach to kind of level design and what it asks players to kind of think about and do. You're going to start with perimeter. You're kind of on the outskirts of the colony. It's a little more spread out. You got a little bit more areas to be safe and to sneak around, but it's also a little more straightforward.
Okay. It really brings this sense of scale. It sits like in our fantasy as expansion site for the colony on the very edges of where they had settled on Tau Ceti. UESC are also there trying to understand what has happened and secure the area. Death is a part of Marathon. It happens a lot, even on perimeter, which we talk about as a more friendly zone to new runners. You are still gonna die a lot.
Attention, unauthorized runner. You are trespassing in a military security zone.
It was really important to us that the UESC were not trivial to fight.
When you face them on Tau Ceti as a runner, you are the outlaw. You are trespassing.
They have a little bit of this haunted tone. So you can see they have this floating locomotion, they get these sparks, they have these sigils over their faces. Sometimes their behavior feels almost like they're possessed a little bit, like are they taking in commands from a remote AI? The elite tier is sort of like this dark blue. The mini-boss tier is more like a lilac. The boss tier is just gonna be dipped in red.
Nice, okay.
You have these tendrils that latch out and leech onto you and start sucking away at your consciousness.
You're getting into Marsh, you're starting to understand something bad happened here, and you're seeing signs of that in a way that wasn't apparent on Perimeter.
On Dire Marsh, we've got the anomaly, and it's this strange alien entity that has erupted up out of the ground.
I feel like they've changed the look of the anomaly as well. If I recall, it was more of just like a blob before. I could be wrong, but that's my memory of it. It looks a lot more ethereal. Yeah, it was like a sort of white blobby thing. Now it's a lot more kind of sinister, honestly, but it looks just more like light
feeling
now.
signs that this is more of an epicenter of where things went wrong on this colony.
It's got a different style of gameplay. It's more like a central complex that is rich with overlapping areas and regions that you can find yourself.
Look at the light as well. Gorgeous.
Kind of bleeding from one encounter to another.
It's a great map to go in when you just want.
This song, oh my god. This music brings back so many memories of the ARG. Oh my god.
Some action, and you're gonna need somewhere to farm.
Each map has different weather systems. It has different dynamic events that can happen, and your approach to them is never going to be consistent.
One of the needs that the design team thought that we should have is more challenging PvE activities.
Each of our zones has these bigger events that don't happen every session, but when they do happen, you'll know they're happening.
That looks sick. Okay.
Building these types of events into the world shake up your run and make you decide, like, what do you want to risk?
Then you get to Outpost.
Okay.
The Outpost is a more functional, thriving UESC facility. There's scan drones flying overhead, the UESC's everywhere, there's tripwires, there's a weather hazards. It's a lot of stuff you're up against.
Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa. What are these? What is going on here? It's raining from the... It's like magma rain, bro? What?
UESC facility. There's scan drones flying overhead, the UESC's everywhere, there's tripwires, there's a weather hazards. It's a lot of stuff you're up against from the get-go.
Outpost is a smaller map, but it's also a lot more vertical. It's built around...
Damn. Chunky place.
A specific building that we call the pinwheel.
This is just this meat grinder of a structure that's like a corkscrewed building that has nooks and crannies and hallways, and it just becomes a real, real cluster when you're in there fighting.
The floor is raised on Outpost and nothing is free.
Dude, there's so many sightlines. This is either gonna be really fun or horrible. And Krydar's played it, and Krydar says, I can't explain how peak this map is. Number one? Number one? Okay, okay, that's a good thing to hear.
The pinwheel hosts some of the best loot opportunities.
Okay.
But it's noisy, players are gonna know you're doing it, so there's extra risks.
Allegedly, it's number one. Allegedly. We wouldn't break our NDAs here. Allegedly, it's number one. Look at this environment. Yes.
The character you're going to spend the most time with is the zones. Understanding each personality of every zone. That's the storytelling every player gets.
Every time you're on the planet, you can look up and see the ship floating and looming in the skybox, reminding you of why this place even exists, but also reminding you that something up happened here, and you got to figure out what it was.
Are we about to see the fabled 4th map? Are we gonna see it?
Marathon has a lot of loot in it. It's a huge pie. There's a ton of different implants at every rarity. There's a ton of different runner
Oh, they're edging us, chat. This looks interesting.
cores for each runner. There's over 400 weapon mods. Like, it's just an outlandish number of items to collect.
There's going to be a really interesting period of discoverability where players sort of figure out, what are the pieces that I have available to me? How do I get them? And how do I put them together into something that's awesome?
You can go through and look at how many iconic weapons have come from Bungie. And it's something that we really want to hold up and make sure that we're matching that legacy.
Visually, they're all really, really distinct and clearly Marathon. But we wanted animation-wise, a majority of them to feel recognizable. So when you put them in your hands, you knew how to use them.
Mods will basically allow you to increase certain stats on the guns, that battery SMG. The gold mod, full-blown, turns it into the needlet.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. The fact that they could get away with saying that as well. Not that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
The sidearm is a gun that is effective in close quarters, but maybe not too much outside of that. But the gold mod on this gun puts a suppressor on it, and then when I kill something with this gun, I turn invisible. And then that lends it to other build crafting if I want to sort of stack into how invisible can I be.
Okay.
Even some weapon mods can improve stats and your runner
This
shell's
song.
capabilities. So there's lots of different ways to raise the floor of your stats so that you're coming into each run strong.
Oh! The song is so peak. Oh, I love this song so much. I have goosebumps.
Body that you inhabit when you go down to Tau Ceti to scavenge the ruins of the Lost Colony. Each of our launch shells is really an archetype of gameplay. So if you want to play like a frontline tank, if you want to play a rat character that wants to sneak around, if you want to find those rats, we have a shell for you.
Find the rats.
The idea there is like, have a broad spectrum that everyone can kind of find a little bit of a home to, and then we're gonna build on top of that.
Cores and implants mold the kit into a playstyle that you want.
So examples of those are like, on Thief, I get a second grapple. On Destroyer, I pull out my Riot Barricade, and as it takes damage, it's actually converting that damage into shield back to me.
Oh.
And these can be used in combination with each other to shift the gameplay style of your runner kit.
At any point you feel like you don't want to risk anything, or maybe you're down on your luck and you want the opportunity to get back, Rook's your guy.
Rook is a prototype runner shell.
It's a mode where we make it easy for you to just kind of drop into a match that's in progress and run about and try to scavenge as much as possible.
If you are going in solo to a run that's already in progress, you don't have a team, you have a very limited loadout, but you're not risking anything. This lets you kind of get in, grab a little bit of loot, and then bail.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. They had no Rook prior, or they did have something? Because I feel like they had kits that you could buy, or kits that you could use. Sponsor kits, right? That's what they were calling them. They had sponsor kits. So what is the difference between a sponsor kit and just Rook? Is the idea that Rook is always available no matter what, whereas a sponsor kit is like slightly more of a loadout, but you get to play as the runner of your choosing? So I guess Rook is always going to be just Rook. Like, Rook is never going to be a different runner. So you're not going to have that other runner's abilities, seemingly. Interesting. Sponsor kits are limited. If you have 0 credits, you can't grab a sponsor kit. If you've claimed your free kit for the day, that's when you go to Rook. And Rook is always available and always solo and always Rook. And there are some downsides to Rook. So I guess one of the downsides to Rook is that, yeah, you're not going to be able to be like, oh, I want to be the guy that can go invis or what have you. Interesting. Very interesting.
So when you get like a really powerful gun or implant or core, it is unlocking some new space or new challenge that you've never done before, and the loot is helping you reach greater heights.
Their whispers betray them.
Huh! Faction agents are such a big vehicle for tone and narrative for the world.
Wait, it is called Traxxas still. I thought someone told me that they had to take all the Traxxas stuff out of the game. Was that just not true then in the end? Like, Traxxas is very much still there. Incorrect, let me explain. Yeah, someone said that there was like some issue with some like robotics company or something that was actually in real life. They wanted to patent the name Traxxas for merch purposes, but a different company called Traxxas disputed the patent. So they can't do merch specifically with the name Traxxas. Okay. And that's because Traxxas makes RC cars. Ah. See, there was a lot of misinformation around that, actually. And that misinformation spun so out of control that it turned into me hearing they had to remove all Traxxas mentions from the game, despite the fact that Traxxas existed before this Traxxas company did, I'm pretty sure, because Traxxas was in the original Marathon. So that's crazy that like the misinfo is just that wrong. And it's good to see that Traxxas still exists, because when we did the alpha, or prior to the alpha, when we did the ARG, the vibes of all of the factions was so important. The community that got built around that was so important and so fun. Traxxas has been around since the 80s. Oh, okay. Got it. But yeah, surely it would have been, if it was a problem, it would have been a problem with Marathon 1, right? So that explains why that didn't really make any sense. But yeah, the vibes of the communities that were forming around these factions were so important, and I want that to continue. And I was worried that would be really harmed if Traxxas just had to get deleted from the game. But yeah, that's really good to know.
Each faction has their own motivations, their own desires. It
was a trademark dispute, not a patent dispute. Okay, got it. Trademark dispute. So they just can't sell Traxxas merch. But that is just not a big deal. That doesn't mean Bungie stole anything. It just means that it's a bit too close for the original company, which is fair enough.
They're going to ask you to do.
We've got Traxxas. They're the most powerful corporation in human history. They have.
One thing I heard, I don't know if, like, I haven't ever fact checked this, but I'm pretty confident this is true. If you have a symbol like this, right? If you have a symbol like this on your product, Disney will sue you because it looks like the Mickey Mouse is. That's Mickey right there. And so, like, you can see why if you're designing something and it's like, oh, I just got some like fun circles in a nice pattern and I quite like it. Like, oh, no, sued. Disney will sue you, right? So I can see why a company like Traxxas would be like, oh, well, it's pretty close to the word that we have It's not a copy, but it's kind of close to it. And I think that the rules in those scenarios are if somebody could mistake it for the other thing within the category of the thing. So if someone went to buy Traxas merch and accidentally bought Traxus merch, then that would be a sort of close enough match. That tends to be the way that works. Is like if somebody could hypothetically mistake it for the other thing. Whereas like if one was pasta and the other was merch, no one's going to go out looking for merch and then buy pasta by mistake because they were like, oh, this has got the name of the thing I'm looking for, right? So it's just because it was in the merch category.
Very long arms and very deep pockets to kind of get what they want.
So they might ask you to go and find specific weapons or mods.
Congratulations, runner. Your last performance evaluation was rated on track.
If you're a PvP player, one of the factions is called Arachne. They're essentially a death cult. What that translates to is that they're asking you to go and kill other runners.
The sacred thermodynamics of violence.
Mida is all about destruction. They are going to give you grenades, they're going to give you claymores, they're going to let you blow the place up.
Arachne on top, allegedly, I heard from a friend. Interesting.
And they are irreverent and dangerous. They might ask you to upload this malware into a UESC dropship, and as it leaves, it explodes and careens off into the distance.
Oh! We have big plans. Explosive, visionary.
Each of our factions has an upgrade tree that you unlock progressively as you gain reputation with them.
This looks very different to what I remember. Very different. It's quite a weird looking tree, isn't it?
And along the way, you're...
Oh, they're like all... I like the fact that the trees are like such different designs. That's cool. So this is... Wait, I can't even... Which faction is this that I'm looking at right now? Am I dumb? Oh, it's Mida. It's Mida. It's Mida.
And along the way, you're going to unlock these capstones that are these special upgrades.
Oh!
When you unlock that final capstone, you're gaining access to the best stuff in the market. You're getting gold items.
In addition, these faction upgrades can increase your runner's base stats, and those base stat upgrades are permanent for the rest of the season.
Say that again. Those are permanent for the rest of the season. So 2 questions. Do we know how long a season is? And can I hear him say that again so I can internalize the information?
Best stuff in the market. You're getting gold items.
In addition, these faction upgrades can increase your runner's base stats, and those base stat upgrades are permanent for the rest of the season.
Interesting. So the factions presumably reset each season, which makes sense. Because you'd actually kind of want that to happen. You'd want to go like 3 months, finish a season, and then get a new set of challenges to go through, probably. Right? Otherwise, it's like, where does some of the like replayability process come from? I would imagine.
Access denied.
Darius, you know me. Did you miss your last round of maintenance?
Don't touch. Don't tick. Don't question.
Darius?
Access denied. Access
Hey, it's
denied.
okay. It's just me.
You're not alone.
The Codex is a suite of achievements, collectibles, audio logs, things that you're finding in Run that we're going to track for you over time. The more you find these items, the more story you're unlocking about them. And
burger. 2 burger. Tastes like meat. Isn't. Mouth. Friend mouth. It might just be peak, chat. It might just be peak.
What their role is in the world, why they're here, who cared about them, why.
Cute date idea. You, mouth. Friend's mouth, burger.
Why they're as valuable as they are.
Me and who?
I'm repeating myself with these entries, but any fears inherent in the scope of this endeavor seem unfounded.
Within the Codex, there's
audio logs are my jam, so I'm happy about that.
A whole bunch of stuff that you can unlock. runner skins, weapon skins,
clean.
weapon charms, stickers, emblems, backgrounds for your profile, and titles.
So it's everything from your first steps on the world of Tau City 4 all the way through to becoming a Vidmaster and taking on the most extreme.
Did they just say Vidmaster? No way they just said Vidmaster. Am I tripping? One more time.
Your profile and titles.
So it's everything from your first steps on the world of Tau City 4 all the way through to becoming a Vidmaster and taking on the most extreme challenges.
Vidmaster comes from the original Marathon? For real? Oh my god, I didn't know that. Wow. Wow. We are seeing it. We're seeing the new map. Okay.
The marathon
I've been waiting for this.
Is the hardest place to survive in this game. And if you're not ready to take your best stuff, well, you're not going to survive.
Oh, it's so frosty.
It's like a heist for a runner. Cryo Archive is big in and of itself,
Oh.
but it's also cold. It's also hostile.
Oh,
It's
yes,
gonna
okay.
test every aspect of the survival game. Probably.
It looks so different. The fact that you go from Perimeter, which is so vibrant and colorful and sunshine and happy, to this.
Force run to players in ways you haven't been on other maps. You're going to run into basically every type of environmental threat you have faced before. You're going to fight a who's who of the highest tier UESC units, and the UESC are there in this presence you haven't seen before.
Oh, I like the look of it. I like the look of this thing. Yes.
It's really cool because each of the vaults is more successively challenging than
Each of the vaults? What are the vaults?
And that 7th vault is where you both are going to get the coolest thing, but also where you're going to learn the most about what happened to this place.
The 7th vault? Is this like a... Is this like an Easter egg? Is this like a raid? Are we gonna have to break through multiple vaults in a row?
At some point in your journey in Cryo Archive, you might start wondering if the UESC are there to keep you out or if they're actually there to keep something else in.
Oh.
Nice.
Bro, I need more information. What are these mysterious vaults? So we're gonna unlock vaults like one by one, I guess. And then the webpage says raid-like mechanics. Brother. Raid-like mechanics in a PvP space is gonna be heart-wrenching when you die. This is gonna be... Oh, this is gonna be cool.
It's really cool because each of the vaults is more successively challenging than the next.
Each of the vaults is more successively challenging.
And that 7th vault is where you both are going to get the coolest thing, but also where you're going to learn the most about what happened to this place.
At some point in your journey in Cryo Archive, you might start wondering if the UESC are there to keep you out or if they're actually there to keep something else in.
Aura. Boss fight, I guess. Actual boss fight material.
Nice.
Wow.
I think the thing that I'm most excited about for Marathon is getting into the hands of our players.
Cat!
The biggest thing I want people to take away from Marathon is that it still feels amazing. It still feels like it has that spark.
It takes all the aspects that I think Bungie is really good at. First-person feel and gunplay, the super deep, crazy sci-fi lore, and it mixes up all those things together in a really amazing PvP package.
Really comes down to every single discipline that's working on the game. The animation has to be good, the sound has to be good, everything has to be working in harmony.
That's when the controller fades away, the screen fades away, you're just immersed in the world.
That is what we're trying to live up to with Marathon.
It is a mad dash. I'm not going to front about that. It's a mad dash to the finish, but that's when you got to put in the elbow grease and the extra sweat and blood it takes to get this done.
Dude, what is this? What is it? Let's go. 5 people in the extract.
I regret watching this. I regret watching it. Because I want to play the game now. And it's not out for 3 months. And I'm sad. So I regret everything. Hold on, I need some anime girl thighs to cure me. That was good. That was a good ViDoc. It's so unbelievable how impactful a ViDoc can be. And this was very good. I'm so curious about this space. You've seen people complaining about the price tag? What, because it's $40? At the end of the day, Arc is 40, Marathon's 40, COD's 75, 80 these days. You feel like you're paying about 400 for COD. I think 40 is completely fair. I have no qualms with that price tag. Like, also, yeah, that's such a good point, Star. If it was free to play, you know how bad the cheating situation would become? You kind of need a price tag on these things. Like, it's just the nature of these sorts of games. Cheating becomes rampant if you're not careful. So, I don't think there's anything wrong with a $40 price tag. And they've said that the season passes have a free track. They've said the season passes will never expire. So they're doing like pro-consumer stuff in that regard as well. It's not like it's like trying to nickel and dime you in that way. And I saw some tweet about the menu of the game being like, oh, like the first thing on the menu is the store. That's so terrible. It was literally a lie. Because the store was to purchase in-game, like, it was like the marketplace in the game for you to go and like buy stuff from the in-game traders. It was just wrong. Like, that tweet was so dumb. I don't know where it is. Oh, it's here. It's this. They saw this store and they were like, oh, wow, Bungie's trying to sell skins before they let you load in. That's not what that is. It's literally just to buy stuff from the in-game traders, as far as I've been told. So I think the misinformation on the internet has to end, guys. It has to end, man. But yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this. I liked this shot. This was spooky. Wait for it. Yeah, I think overall, I am looking forward to the game. I'm gonna give it a fair shot. If it ends up sucking, so be it. But I'm going to give it a try, because if it doesn't suck, this is going to be such a fun journey to be on. Like, think about how peak Destiny raids are. And think about the source of that team. And then think about the fact that in this, they have the potential to craft raid-like experiences, but in that PvP sandbox where, like, the the stakes are just gonna be so much higher. Like, there is some giga potential with this game if it's good. If it's good. World's first marathon vault crack. Well, like, is it even gonna be a? Because like in zombies, right? People work together for this stuff. In zombies, it's like it's a shared community thing of trying to bust open the alien, trying to bust it down, you know? So I kind of wonder if like, if one person is streaming it and they're like, they get in there, right? And then another person streaming it after that first person dies and they get in there and they progress the first person's progress. Like, I feel like there's going to be a lot of collaboration here. I could imagine. But also, how long did it take? I feel like with the Tarkov 1.0 launch, I feel like the first person to escape from Tarkov, I think it took like 2 weeks, right? Fairly confident it was like 2+ weeks. It was quite a long time after the actual launch of the game because it was so challenging to do. So I wonder how long it's going to take for this to get to Vault 7. I wonder. Yeah. And I wonder how the community will approach trying to sort of solve it. They did say each vault would get harder. That's what I mean. Like, are the raids timed? No idea. I don't know if you need a key card to get in. I don't know. I don't know how these things work in this game. The Steam webpage is also a good overview of things, with things being teased there as well. We can look at the Steam webpage for Marathon, yeah? I mean, not for any other, not for Destiny. What am I looking for here specifically? Enemies everywhere, influences power, defragment the truth. Oh, look, that's Cryo. There it is. Once the way into orbit unlocks, bring your endgame build to Cryo, the first floor of the Marathon. Solve raid-like security measures to unseal frozen vaults and pillage the artifacts within. Every cramped corridor forces you into conflict with fully geared enemy crews, racing for the same prize. Breach Vault 7 to challenge an entity even the UESC fears. Oh god, it's peak. It's peak. God, it sounds good. I'm praying this game lives up to the promise, and I'm praying it lives up to the potential. Please just don't be plate mechanics. Yeah. Yeah. Well, like, Vault 1, give me plate mechanics. Fine. Not a problem. But, like, from there on, make me sweat my sweat off. Make me sweat my anime girl thighs off. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. There's so much potential. I like how they said first floor. We'll be seeing a lot more of the Marathon ship as time goes on. I hope so. I hope so. Yeah. I mean, I'm excited for the game. I know it's the sort of thing that is going to come under so much fire in the next few months, and there's going to be so many people saying this, that, and the other about it, but I'm excited to play it. I'm excited to stream it with you guys. Bro, it's going to be cinema. Just, oh, it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. I'm really looking forward to it. So those are my first impressions for the video that I'm recording right now. If you're also excited for Marathon, and if you are the sort of person that's going to give it a fair shake instead of purely just hating on it on Twitter for things that it hasn't even done, or criticizing it for stuff that was resolved weeks or months ago, stick around. hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button, all that stuff. And we can give this game an honest go when it comes out in March. I need to know the exact release date, Bungie. We need that. But once we know, I'll be locking in. I will be locking in. So thanks for watching, folks. I'll see you soon with some more marathon coverage whenever we get more news. Bye for now.